The death toll from floods in Queensland has risen to 10 after the body of a 53-year-old man was discovered in the Port of Brisbane. Conditions in the southeast have eased for now. The Premier has also apologised for the inconvenience of schools being closed on Friday, despite the milder weather. Queensland Fire and Emergency Services State Coordinator Kevin Reading joins me now for more on this. Kevin, thanks very much for your time. So I suppose first and foremost, what do you make of this prediction? A lot of parents are waking up today and wondering if they could have sent their kids to school. The Premier says, well, the forecast was just too dangerous. What do you make of that approach?
Yeah, well, from our perspective, we want people to stay out of floodwaters. If there's any safety messaging out there, if it makes it safer for our crews to get around and do our wash-ups, do our damage assessments, and when it rains, if the water rises rapidly, well, then we'll support any safety message that's out there. Fortunately, we haven't had large amounts of rain this morning, but there is a little bit of rain developing at the minute in isolated pockets around southeast Queensland.
Okay, so what does that mean exactly? That there could have been early dumps and that would have made roads dangerous, and it's too hard to wake up on the morning of school and say, all right, you can or you can't go?
Yeah, well, personally, I don't have an opinion either way on that. All I say is I support a safety message that's out there. If families are out there and it's easier to stay at home, we have seen tremendous traffic issues around the city in the last couple of days as a result of the flooding and the cleanup as a result. So, look, less people on the roads at the minute can only be beneficial.
Residents, I know in these situations in floods, residents are just really eager to be able to try to clean up. You might be able to limit how much damage happens to your property the earlier you get in there and just see how bad it is. How many are able to do that with any sort of confidence, given the rain that's still around in the region?
But look, we do have a lot of people out there still. Obviously, they're paying attention to warnings, but our crews are out there as well. So if there is a change in situation where we are seeing rain rapidly onset, the warnings will go out from the Bureau of Meteorology. The warnings will go out from local government, and we will also be out on the roads warning residents if there are issues. Emergency services do pay attention to the weather. We do understand when weather's coming through, but at the same time, we heed the warnings. The local governments are doing their best to try and get through this disaster as quickly as possible. And as QFES, we'll support the local government do what they need to do.
Well, you know, some people will be facing their first flood and clean-up. What's your advice to them, some of the common mistakes people make in this situation?
Well, the first one is, I know the mud army's coming through over the weekend. It's obviously being around at the property when they come through to assist, identify what equipment may need to be taken out that may be damaged, but it's also understanding the limitations within that. Squeegees, buckets, sponges are all in high demand at the minute. Bunnings might be running dry with that, I'm not sure, but there's still plenty of support out there. So please, if you need assistance, the SES are here to help. Our people are here to help within QFES. Obviously, the Mud Army that's been promoted around southeast Queensland's there to help. Local government's there to help. We just want to get through this as best we can.
We'll let you get back to that task because it's going to be a long one. Appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.